Beneath the vast ocean, Atlantis glows with an ethereal blue light. Aquaman stands on his throne, his golden armor shimmering. Suddenly, the water trembles. A green light pierces through the depths as Green Lantern descends. "Arthur, we need to talk," Hal says, his ring illuminating the darkness. Aquaman narrows his eyes. "This is my kingdom. You don't just barge in uninvited, Lantern." Green Lantern hovers above the coral-covered ruins. "There's a threat coming, and I need your help." Aquaman tightens his grip on his trident. Atlantis handles its own threats. Green Lantern sighs. "I was hoping we could do this the easy way." He raises his ring, forming a giant green construct of a battering ram. With a swift motion, he sends it crashing towards Aquaman. But with a powerful leap, Aquaman dodges, spinning his trident to disperse the energy. Aquaman slams his trident into the ocean floor. Massive tidal waves rise, crashing toward Green Lantern. Hal grits his teeth, summoning a barrier construct. The water collides with his shield, sending shockwaves through the deep. The currents swirl violently as the two warriors exchange attacks. Aquaman darts forward, slashing with his trident. Green Lantern blocks with an energy shield, then retaliates with a barrage of green energy bolts. Aquaman maneuvers swiftly, dodging each blast. Aquaman lunges forward, using the ocean's pressure to increase his speed. He thrusts his trident with a powerful strike, aiming for Green Lantern's barrier. The sheer force of the impact causes cracks to form in the glowing green shield. Hal grits his teeth, reinforcing it just in time before Aquaman lands another blow. "Not bad, but I've faced worse," Hal says, forming a massive spiked gauntlet around his fist before launching himself forward. Their attacks collide, sending shockwaves through the ocean depths. Green Lantern spins in the water, using his ring to create a dozen energy-formed harpoons. With a flick of his wrist, he sends them hurtling toward Aquaman at incredible speed. Arthur reacts instantly, twisting his body to dodge the first few before slashing the rest apart with his trident. "You're going to have to do better than that," he smirks. Hal narrows his eyes. "Oh, I intend to." With a surge of willpower, he creates a colossal energy construct, a massive green kraken that lashes out with glowing tentacles. Aquaman clenches his jaw as the kraken's tentacles lash out. He swiftly dodges, twisting through the water, but one tentacle wraps around his leg, yanking him backward. Before it can tighten its grip, Aquaman summons his own ally. A monstrous, armored sea serpent surges from the depths, coiling around the green construct. The two colossal beasts wrestle, shaking the ocean floor. "Looks like you're not the only one with big friends," Arthur says as he breaks free and charges at Hal once again. Hal creates a spinning drill construct and launches himself toward Aquaman, cutting through the water like a torpedo. Arthur braces himself, raising his trident just in time to parry the attack. The sheer force sends a massive current spiraling around them, lifting sand and debris from the ocean floor. They break apart, staring at each other. "You've got power, I'll give you that," Hal admits. "But I've got more than power," Arthur replies. He clenches his fist, and suddenly, a deep, guttural roar echoes through the ocean. A massive tidal wave begins forming from behind him. The tidal wave crashes forward with incredible force, pushing Green Lantern back despite his energy constructs. He fights against the current, summoning multiple energy barriers, but the pressure is immense. Arthur propels himself forward, using the wave's momentum to strike with full force. His trident slashes through Hal's construct, shattering it upon impact. Green Lantern barely has time to react before Aquaman delivers a devastating punch, sending him hurtling through the water. Green Lantern recovers quickly, halting his momentum by forming an anchor construct that digs into the ocean floor. He breathes heavily, eyes narrowing at Aquaman. "All right, your turn to take a hit." Channeling his willpower, Hal generates a massive energy battering ram and launches it forward. Arthur braces, crossing his trident in front of him, but the impact is brutal, sending him hurtling backward into a coral reef, shattering rock formations as he crashes through them. Arthur shakes off the debris and rises, blood trailing from a small cut on his brow. "All right, now I'm mad," he growls. He slams the butt of his trident into the ground, and suddenly, the ocean itself seems to respond. Currents swirl violently, and dozens of sea creatures, sharks, barracudas, and even a giant squid, answer his call. They charge at Green Lantern, surrounding him in a chaotic storm of aquatic fury. Hal clenches his jaw, surrounded by a frenzy of sea creatures. He doesn't panic. Instead, his ring glows even brighter as he constructs a dome-like force field, shielding himself from the attacks. The sharks ram against it, the giant squid's tentacles constrict around it, but the barrier holds, cracks forming from the relentless pressure. "Nice trick," Hal mutters, "but let's see how long they last." He focuses, forming sharp energy spears that launch outward in all directions. Aquaman moves swiftly through the chaos, dodging Hal's energy spears as they slice through the water. With a burst of speed, he propels himself straight toward Hal, gripping his trident tightly. "Let's end this," Arthur roars as he swings downward with all his might. The trident collides with Hal's barrier. This time, it shatters completely. The force sends a shockwave through the water, momentarily stunning both combatants. Both warriors recover at the same time, eyes locked. Hal grins. "Not bad, but I'm not done yet." His ring sparks to life, forming a massive battle hammer. Aquaman steadies himself, gripping his trident. As the currents swirl around them, they charge at each other, weapons clashing in a final, earth-shaking collision. As the ocean rages around them, Aquaman summons all his strength. He lifts his trident high, and the sea obeys. A monstrous wave, glowing with mystical energy, rises behind him. "This ends now," he roars. With a thrust of his weapon, the wave surges forward, a force of nature aiming to engulf Green Lantern completely. Green Lantern grits his teeth, knowing he has only seconds to act. "Not today, Arthur," he yells. Channeling every ounce of willpower, he constructs a colossal emerald fortress around himself. The wave crashes down with unimaginable force, sending shockwaves through the sea. The fortress holds, barely. Cracks spread along its surface as Hal struggles to maintain it. The force of the impact leaves both warriors gasping. Aquaman, momentarily drained, steadies himself on a coral ledge. Green Lantern stumbles forward, his energy flickering. You almost had me," Hal admits, smirking. But Aquaman isn't finished. With one last burst of power, he charges forward, trident glowing with the full fury of the sea. Hal summons one final construct, an enormous gladiator's shield, just as Aquaman swings. The trident meets the shield in a thunderous collision, sending ripples of energy through the water. Both warriors push with everything they have. The sheer force of their battle shakes the ocean floor, coral cracking, fish scattering in every direction. The clash reaches its breaking point. A final, blinding burst of energy erupts between them. When the water settles, one warrior remains standing, breathless but victorious. The other, battered yet alive, acknowledges defeat. "You fight like a king," Hal mutters, smiling. Arthur extends a hand. "And you fight like a legend." With mutual respect, the battle ends.